Good morning, food fans. Whether you're a pancake lover, a waffle enthusiast, or just someone who enjoys a sweet drizzle on your breakfast, today's story is for you. We're diving into the sticky world of maple syrup, the real deal, straight from the tree, and its sneaky imposter, the so-called pancake syrup that lines grocery store shelves. Maple syrup is a breakfast legend, a golden treat with a rich history, but not every bottle is what it seems. Some are pure, while others are just clever disguises. Counterfeit syrups, cheap, artificial, and everywhere, are fooling millions of shoppers every year. They look convincing, but they're a far cry from the real thing. This isn't just about taste, it's a battle between nature and chemistry. One is crafted by time, tradition, and trees. The other is whipped up in a lab with artificial flavors and sweeteners. On one side, you have pure, boiled-down tree sap, maple syrup in its most authentic form, harvested drop by drop from sugar maples and simmered to perfection. On the other, you'll find corn syrup, artificial flavors, and a cocktail of chemicals designed to mimic the taste and look of the real thing, but lacking its soul. Real maple syrup is rare and valuable, a product of hard work and nature's magic. That's why it's often targeted by fakes and imitations trying to cash in on its reputation. These imposters prey on our trust and our love for a bargain. But don't worry, knowledge is power, and you can learn to spot the difference. Today I'll show you how to spot a fake and protect your pancakes from being smothered in syrup imposters. Your breakfast deserves the best. We'll explore the secrets of real and fake syrup, and I'll teach you simple kitchen tests, like checking the ingredients, the pour, and even the aroma, to help you become a syrup expert. By the end, you'll be a syrup sleuth, ready to defend your breakfast table and make sure every stack of pancakes gets the golden treatment it deserves. So grab your fork, get your pancakes ready, and let's pour out the truth about syrup. One delicious drop at a time. To spot a fake, you need to know the real thing's roots. Maple syrup's story starts with indigenous peoples who tapped trees and boiled sap for a vital sweetener. Early spring meant families gathered to harvest sap and boil it down over open fires. When settlers arrived, they adopted and scaled up the process, making maple sugar a symbol of self-sufficiency. Liquid syrup became popular only in the late 1800s thanks to better boiling and bottling technology. That rich history and hard work make real maple syrup valuable, and why fakes want in without the effort. It's a tradition worth protecting. So, what is real maple syrup? At its core, it's astonishingly simple, just one ingredient, pure maple sap, drawn directly from the heart of the maple tree. There are no added flavors, no preservatives, and no artificial colors. It's nature, bottled. This sap is harvested during a short magical window each spring, when cold nights and warmer days create the perfect conditions for sap to flow. The sap itself is mostly water, about 97 to 98%, with just 2 to 3% natural sugar. It takes an incredible amount of effort and patience to make maple syrup. In fact, you need about 40 gallons of this clear, slightly sweet sap to produce just 1 gallon of finished syrup. That's a true labor of love. The transformation happens in the sugar house, where the sap is boiled for hours. As the water evaporates, the sugars concentrate, and the sap thickens. This process also creates the syrup's signature flavors, thanks to caramelization and the Maillard reaction, which develop those deep, complex notes. The result is a golden, velvety syrup with notes of caramel, vanilla, coffee, and even a subtle hint of the forest itself. Each drop is a reflection of the land and the trees it came from. The flavor and color of maple syrup shift with the season. Early in the harvest, the syrup is lighter and more delicate. As the season progresses, it becomes darker, richer, and more robust, offering a spectrum of tastes for every palate. Real maple syrup is a pure, natural product, deeply connected to the forest and the changing seasons. It's a true expression of place and time. After boiling, the syrup is carefully filtered to remove any natural minerals or sugar sand, then grated for color and flavor before being bottled. There are no additives, no shortcuts, just pure maple goodness. Unlike imitation syrups made from corn syrup and artificial flavors, real maple syrup's complexity and depth simply can't be replicated in a lab. Every bottle is a unique snapshot of nature, a taste of the forest, the weather, and the year it was made. That's what makes real maple syrup so special. It's a tradition, a craft, and a celebration of the natural world. From tree to table, Every step is about preserving purity and honoring the process. The result is a syrup that's unadulterated, unique, and truly one of a kind. And that's a beautiful thing. A simple, sweet gift from the forest to your table. Now, let's meet the impostor pancake syrup. Its main ingredient? Corn syrup. Cheap, sweet, and flavorless. Food chemists add artificial and natural flavors to mimic maple, but it's a one-note imitation. Caramel color gives it that maple look, but it's made with industrial processes that raise health concerns. Preservatives keep it shelf-stable, and thickeners like cellulose gum from wood pulp give it a heavy texture. The recipe: corn syrup, water, artificial flavors, caramel color, preservatives, and thickeners. The result? A product designed for profit, not flavor or nutrition. It's consistent, cheap, and everywhere. But it's the anti-maple syrup. No tradition, no complexity, no soul. Just a lab creation in a maple disguise. Don't be fooled. Don't. How do fakes fool us? Packaging and wordplay. They use bottles shaped like maple jugs, maple leaves, and rustic names to look authentic. Labels say original or pancake syrup, never maple syrup, unless it's real. Watch for phrases like maple flavored or the original taste, designed to mislead. Some scammers dilute real maple syrup with cheap syrup and sell it as pure. Others go further, bottling fake syrup with counterfeit labels. These scams hurt honest producers and trick consumers. The key? Most people don't look closely. But you will. Pay attention to labels and ingredients. Your syrup detective training starts now. Ready to test your syrup? Let's dive into some simple, foolproof ways to tell if your syrup is the real deal or just a sugary imposter. First, always start with the label. The label is your first line of defense against fakes. Real maple syrup should list just one ingredient: pure maple syrup. That's it. No additives, no extra flavors, and definitely no corn syrup or artificial sweeteners. If you spot anything else on the ingredient list, like high fructose corn syrup, caramel color, or preservatives, then you're holding a fake. Many pancake syrups are just flavored sugar water. Next, look for official grading on the label, such as Grade A Amber or Grade A Dark. These grades are regulated and guarantee authenticity. If there's no grade, or the label looks vague, that's a red flag. Authentic maple syrup always displays its grade clearly. Now, move on to the sight and smell test. Unscrew the cap and take a good look and sniff. Pour a small amount of syrup into a clear glass or bowl. This helps you see its true color and clarity. Real maple syrup is beautifully translucent, allowing light to pass through. It should look clean and pure, not murky. The color can range from golden to deep amber depending on the grade and when it was harvested, but it should always look natural. Fake syrups often look cloudy, overly dark, or have a uniform, artificial appearance. Give it a sniff. Real maple syrup smells amazing. The aroma should be rich and complex with notes of caramel, wood, vanilla, and even a hint of earthiness. It's a scent you can't fake. Fake syrups, on the other hand, often smell flat, overly sweet, or just plain artificial. Now, let's test the viscosity. Pour a little syrup onto a plate. Real maple syrup flows quickly and spreads out in a thin, even layer. It's thinner than you might expect, almost runny, and it doesn't clump or glob together. Fake syrups are thick, slow, and gloppy, almost like glue. They don't flow naturally. For one last test, rub a drop between your fingers. This checks the texture. Real maple syrup feels thin and sticky, leaving just a light residue that washes off easily with water. Fake syrups often feel slick, oily, or slimy, and can leave a greasy film behind. By using these simple tests, label, sight, smell, flow, and feel, you can confidently tell real maple syrup from the fakes. No fancy lab equipment needed, just your senses and a little curiosity. With a bit of practice, you'll be able to spot a fake syrup instantly, even in a blind taste test. Protect your breakfast and your taste buds with these easy checks. Your pancakes and your family will thank you. With these tips, you're well on your way to becoming a true syrup sleuth. Happy tasting. My favorite test, the water test. Fill a glass with cold water. Gently pour in a spoonful of syrup. Don't stir. Real maple syrup dissolves and swirls beautifully, coloring the water as it blends. Fake syrup? It sinks to the bottom in a blob, refusing to mix. That's the thickeners in corn syrup at work. This test exposes fakes instantly. No marketing can hide the science. Real syrup wants to return to its sap-like state. Fake syrup stays separate. Try it yourself. The difference is clear as water, no fancy equipment, just a glass and a spoon. The water test is foolproof. Once you see it, you'll never be tricked again. Your pancakes deserve the real thing. Does it matter which syrup you choose? Absolutely. Real maple syrup isn't just sugar, it's packed with minerals, antioxidants, and unique compounds. Fake syrup is mostly high fructose corn syrup, empty calories, no nutrition, and linked to health issues. Choosing real syrup means choosing a natural, whole food. It also supports small, family-run maple producers and helps preserve forests. Your purchase keeps sustainable traditions alive and forests healthy. And yes, it matters for taste. Real maple syrup brings depth and complexity to pancakes, waffles, and more. Fake syrup is flat and forgettable. Honor your food and your health. Choose the real thing. Your taste buds, your body, and the planet will thank you. Don't let your breakfast be a victim of shortcuts. Pour on the liquid gold. Now you know the truth about syrup. You've learned the history, the science, and the tricks to spot a fake. The power is in your hands. Go check your syrup right now. Read the label. Do the water test. It takes less than a minute to know what you're really eating. Share this knowledge with friends and family. Protect their breakfast too. The more people who know, the less power scammers have. Vote with your dollars. Buy 100% pure maple syrup. Yes, it costs more, but it's worth every drop. You're supporting real farmers, real forests, and real flavor. Defend your breakfast. Demand the real thing. Your pancakes will thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some waffles waiting.